Alright, man, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video, and today we're finna go ahead and get into it. Now, I ain't gonna cap, we all know this pretty much, but and they ain't hot right now, man. He going through what he going through at the Fed. So with that being said, man, we're gonna get into the Lil Durk song that caused the bloodiest Chicago war. Let's check it out.
2012, Chicago became the murder capital of the US. But was a rap song to blame? In 2012, the streets of Chicago saw a surge in violence that left the nation in shock. The city recorded more than 500 homicides, surpassing even New York City and Los Angeles. Amidst this turmoil, a new genre of music was taking over the airwaves: drill music. Chief Keef's hit song, Don't Like, had just opened the floodgates, and Lil Durk's L's Anthem followed suit, becoming a local sensation. But could this song really be the cause of the ongoing war?
Well, 2012, and you touched on this already, that was like the year that Chicago changed. Yeah. Chief Keef dropped I Don't Like, and then, you know, drill music essentially became, Anthem, bro. You know, a worldwide biggest genre at that point.
Drill music, characterized by its gritty lyrics and aggressive beats, mirrored the harsh realities of life on the streets. The genre's rise coincided with the significant
about drill music is that the biggest songs aren't even the songs that diss. You feel what I'm saying? Like a Lil Durk, a Chief Keef, this, that, and the third. Their biggest songs aren't dissing. Now, he said a couple things that I don't like, but he wasn't really just like dissing the ops. Or his ops.
An increase in gang violence, leading some to draw a direct connection. However, the truth is far from complex. Today, we dive into the events of 2012 to uncover how one song could ignite such chaos. Experts and law enforcement were quick to point out that the biggest spike in homicides came early in 2012. The unseasonable warmth that hit Chicago during that period contributed to a staggering 66% increase in the homicide tally compared to the same time in 2011. But there was another factor at play, a factor that some believe intensified the violence.
You gotta think about it though, like, as police all around, not just Chicago, but police all the way around. You see somebody or you get caught up in something where somebody telling you, hey, he just shot up this block, he running down that street, he got a black hoodie on. You gotta get out your car, which ain't even bulletproof, by the way. You gotta get out your car and chase down somebody who just shot up a block of a bunch of people that they don't even know. What you think they're gonna do to you?
Chicago over the weekend. The number of murders this year alone is already over the 250 mark. That's higher than New York City and more than U.S. troop deaths in Afghanistan. What can be done to stop this kind of violence?
These are devastating numbers for the city of Chicago. Rahm Emanuel is blaming a lot of this on the proliferation of the gang violence, and that a lot of that is isolated, he says, in a lot of the poor neighborhoods.
Lil Durk's L's Anthem like wasn't so
just like the drama, the gang violence, this, that, and third was mostly like that south and east side. The west side of Chicago crazy too, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy how only a few neighborhoods can have so much going on and people can be dropping left and right.
Another track. It was a scathing diss aimed at rival gangs. Durk, a black disciple, took direct shots at two Gangsta Disciple sets. The song blew up locally, appearing on several Chicago radio stations and escalating existing tensions to a dangerous new level. The response was swift and deadly. Brick Squad member Lil Jojo, a Gangsta Disciple, fired back with 300K, a track that directly dissed Durk and his associates.
Were you guys around when Lil Jojo dropped the BDK song?
I wasn't there when he dropped it, but I mean, we was definitely around. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you talking about in that climate?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
what?
yeah,
I remember
sure.
That song changed a lot of things. Like, I used to hang out, like some of my homies is BDs. Like,
yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, I can show you pictures on that. You gonna see me at JoJo Day.
For sure.
With smiles. I can show you all them pictures too, you hear me? Hell yeah, it was around that too. Shout out saying them for sure. Bro, that's what we is. Yeah, we insane, you hear me? We double C, double G.
That made a lot of things hard in the city, bro. Cause like people you used to be cool with, that they start acting weird when that song came out. Like, I remember when like, bro, GDs and BDs used to be the same thing. Like everybody used to be good with each other. Like once that song dropped, like dropping that song in a city full of BDs and like that music, I feel like the music was what messed our city up for sure.
The rivalry wasn't just lyrical, it was brutally real. JoJo's retaliation led to his tragic murder, a turning point that sent shockwaves through the city and beyond.
The same year,
obviously the music wasn't doing for them what they thought it was at that time. It really wasn't paying most of them, especially like a Lil JoJo. He really wasn't getting paid crazy off his music. But the people around him should have protected him better. He shouldn't have been dropping his low on Twitter. He shouldn't have been out there riding no bike. He shouldn't have been out there doing no shit like that, bro. Y'all should have been protecting him because that was the bag. That was y'all way out. Some people say Lil JoJo had it better than Chief Keef. He could have did what he did. It would have been bigger than Keef. That's arguable. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily see it, but he could have been, you know what I'm saying, that rivalry, that opposition, even though they're not direct ops because they blocks it so far away.
Like you said, you know, Lil JoJo drops BDK. And has that ever really been said on record like that before?
Never, ever. Ever, ever. He did it. You gotta, then it looked crazy because these niggas is outside with guns bigger than them, jumping around. You know what I'm saying? These niggas claimed it. Going, so now to his set of people that like him and don't like Chief Keef, they, oh, we BDK. We with them. We doing this. That shit turned it up. Nobody's never did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I don't know what happened to JoJo or whatever, but you see how fast he died. That's not nothing to play with. His own niggas probably could have set that up. You never know. Because you got niggas that's like, oh, he finna make us beef between each other. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, but his mark was left so strong already. By him being dead, now the millions of people that watched his shit, fans of him, like, fuck that, they killed JoJo, I'm JoJo World. They ass could be from Nebraska. They could be from anywhere, don't know what's going on in Chicago. But they was gonna ride with that nigga because they liked his music.
As violence escalated, Chicago's South Side became a...
Bro, I'm not gonna cap. And another thing that I'm getting, like, that's like, will make you look at Chicago differently is just like the victim mentality of Chicago is so insane. Like if y'all paying attention to what happened to J Mane when he went to O Block, I already seen it, but I was gonna react to it again and give my opinion. Them folks over there just acting like they straight victims, like they ain't never dropped a song dissing nobody ever just because they young. Like, okay, yeah, you came up in it the same way they came up in it. Even though they was the forefathers of this shit, my nigga. You got people around you who you love and this, that, and the third who done shot at them. And it's that, like you can't. I understand J-Man got to play his role and he's not going to be able to get everybody on his loop. But y'all can't sit right here and play victim and tell him, oh, you got to apologize. You got to take them songs down. You got to do this. You got to do that. Nigga, we pushing peace. Peace got to come from both sides. That shit crazy.
Battleground. Gang territories were marked by bloodshed and the body count rose. The media began to focus on the deadly consequences of the beef, and drill music became synonymous with the city's escalating murder rate.
All right, we're going to shoot over to 55th and Halsted.
We rode along with Police Commander Leo Schmitz of the 7th District, a gang-infested swath of the city's south side. And we started just as children were leaving school for the day.
When you have them coming out of school and there's any kind of gang conflicts, you got the mix of, it's like fire and gasoline.
The gangs are fighting a war over turf, drugs, and money.
What used to be a fist fight now turns into let's go to guns.
Shooting deaths are up 20% in the city this year, though in the 7th District, Schmitz and his team have managed to cut homicides by 30%. He credits better intelligence from informants, increased patrols, and a citywide crime tracking database.
It's so different because, like, down here we got alleys and we got alleys and shit too, but it's less in the residential areas and more so like around businesses and stuff like that. So to see how many alleys and gangways it is in Chicago, that's another reason. Like, it's like you never know who lurking where.
Knowledge is power. They use the knowledge. So if there's a shooting right here, we know that the retaliation will be a black down.
The police gave us a bulletproof vest for the trip, and within minutes it became crystal clear why.
All right, hold on. Something's up.
A block away, this man was a target.
He just shot at me right there. All right, man with a gun, man with a gun.
That's the fleeing suspect.
Stay in the car, okay?
He didn't even look
The
at
commander-
it, though. He sit in the car, he said, stay in the car. He said, okay, I wasn't getting out nowhere. You think I'm gonna chase after a nigga with a gun? You tweaking. That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta sit right here and risk your life. You getting out the car, all you got is a bulletproof vest. That's not gonna save you if you bleeding out from your arm, your leg, or your neck up. It's not gonna save you. Like, they need to be moving out of the city.
His men ran down the suspected shooter.
He's in the backyard.
21-year-old Julian Gales. Police think the shooting was probably gang-related.
It looks like a Beretta 9mm. If you can see the hammer, it's already, that means he just shot it.
What did I do?
Chicago's police say they've seized more guns this year than New York and Los Angeles combined. But the violence here is still so bad that heavily armed police now have to attend gang funerals to prevent revenge killings.
Is this a solvable problem, or do you just try to maintain?
This shit crazy. This is back in like, I don't know when this was filmed. This is
I don't want to
old,
maintain,
though.
I want to win. So we're gonna always try to do better than we did before.
Oh wait.
Despite the
I
grim
ain't gonna lie,
reality,
I just got so
drill
caught
music
up into like the police chasing shit, I forgot that this is a video on Lil Durk. This shit don't got nothing to do with what we just seen, really.
continued to gain popularity. Songs that depicted the brutal truth of street life resonated with many, both within and outside Chicago. This duality music as an expression of reality and a potential catalyst for violence posed a troubling question. Was drill music merely reflecting the violence, or was it fueling it?
I ain't gonna count, and I thought about that
At
too.
the Cook County
In
Trauma-
Atlanta, we got a new drill scene that's popping off. I think first, drill was fueled by the gang violence and this, that, and the third, because there was violence going on long before the music. But eventually, when people started rapping about what they was doing, the music is fueled by the... No. The violence started getting fueled by the music. So it switched. So instead of, you know what I'm saying, fuck the odds, this, that, and the third, how they was talking, yeah, we got guns, we gonna kill them, this, that, and the third, it went to, nah, I went to they block on this day, shot that shit up, and now I'm in the studio rapping about it. Like, that's how they changed. Like, that's crazy.
In Chicago's Stroger Hospital, one ambulance after another delivers victims of the gang violence that just won't stop.
So we're going to be doing a whole bunch to you right now, okay?
This unit treats about 1,500 gunshots and stabbings a year.
Stop the knee. Him, you.
In the first 6 months of this year, Chicago had 22% more murders than New York, a city with 5.5 million more people.
We have to assume the worst case mechanism, right?
In the midst of the mayhem is Dr. Fred Starr, who was in charge of the unit this weekend.
I've seen more people probably this year who have been kind of caught in the crossfire or caught a stray bullet. And that certainly is alarming.
How do you react?
Certainly get angry to some extent, but also, when I see the children, I have 2 children of my own, and it certainly makes it very personal for me.
The victims include 7-year-old Heaven Sutton, shot to death selling candy outside her home, and 10-year-old Katana Peterson, shot as she played in the spray from a fire hydrant. She was treated at this unit last week.
And then the thing
They
about
just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong.
You shoot a kid. And it's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Like, my outlook on this shit is like, bro, if something happened and you go to jail, nigga, you supposed to stand up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying go in there and tell them that you did it, but, oh, that free me, man. I ain't doing nothing. All that whining and shit. Like, I thought you was street. I thought you was a gangster. That shit ain't nothing.
By the end of 2012, Chicago's homicide rate had reached alarming heights. The city had become a symbol of urban violence, and the role of drill music in this narrative was hotly debated. Some argue that the music provided a voice for the voiceless, shedding light on the harsh realities of life in gang-infested neighborhoods. Others believe that it glorified violence and incited further bloodshed. Law enforcement faced immense challenges as they tried to curb the violence. Community leaders called for peace, while artists within the drill scene grappled with their influence and responsibility. The deaths of several notable drill rappers, including Lil Jojo, underscored the deadly stakes of the feud. As we look back at 2012, it's clear that the roots of Chicago's violence runs deep. Socioeconomic factors, long-standing gang rivalries, and a surge of unseasonably warm weather all played a role. Yet, the impact of Lil Durk's L's anthem and the ensuing musical responses cannot be ignored. The song served as a flashpoint, igniting tensions that had been simmering for years. Ultimately, the story of Chicago in 2012 is a complex tapestry of music, violence, and community struggle. It raises critical questions about the power of art to influence reality and the responsibilities that come with that power. As we continue to grapple with these issues.
They were real young, like they was 16, 17, 18-year-old people. They don't understand how much influence they really got until it's like you go out of town and you see motherfuckers dressing like you, talking like you know what I'm saying they just caught a op. Like,
one thing remains certain. The events of that year have left an indelible mark on the city and the world of music. Alright, y'all, that's been the story of Lil Durk with L.
Like he said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. But do I necessarily think that their drill rappers and this, that, and the third are the reason for the violence? No. But the violence created drill, and then drill created more violence. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, but at the same time, you got to be a man of your own and think for yourself. Just because somebody said, you know what I'm saying, F your block, or somebody that you love, don't mean you got to go shoot up their block. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you just going to create another song for them, or you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. So with that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Get in the comment box, tell me how you felt about this video. With that being said, it's your boy Key checking in, checking out. We gone.